country.
I think if you look in the history of America, you see that in the very beginnings of our country, this land of the free, home of the brave, that religion played a very vital role in the founding of this country. The ministers who were the preachers at the time had a great deal of influence on the founding fathers of this country. And church worship, church services were integrated into the very fabric of this nation. As priests or preachers or ministers or rabbis, we speak to the issues of the day. Where the nation has evolved from this very, very involved experience with churches and the state to now kind of a separation, but a willingness to listen, to be guided by the truths of the gospel, the truth of the presence of God, and see how that affects our lives, and then to inspire legislation and leadership that can lead our country in freedom and democracy and justice and mercy. The church wants to help the state or the community be a better place to live, be a place of moral principle and virtuous habits. And that's how the church is able to do that through its preaching and teaching and sanctifying. God we trust, or one nation under God. And for me, those are kind of lesser issues. It's more semantics. I'm not sure if we should worry so much about that.
So we have seen various instances across 200 years of constitutional history where there has been interference between, or has been interaction between the government and church, and where there has been inhibitions of individuals' right to practice religion. For example, you do have certain circumstances where government money goes to religious schools to pay for things like school lunches. You also have other circumstances where we find the practice of religion in government, as on the money and in the start of Congress starting with prayer. So even though the First Amendment sounds absolute, it is not. Nothing in the Constitution is absolute. Religion influences public affairs mostly indirectly through the role it plays in citizens' lives. Public opinion, of course, leads voters to support candidates with certain religious beliefs. I do think that since the 1980s, you've seen more pastors getting involved in politics and being free to express their political opinions to their flock on Sunday mornings or Saturday evenings or whenever it's appropriate. And again, politicians seem less reserved, certain politicians, Ted Cruz comes to mind, less reserved at expressing their religious opinions. But I would say we've become more secular, not more religious, as we move into the 21st century.
When we look at the world around us, what do we see? Do we see the hand of God? Indeed, the question is not what you look at. The question is what you see.